So I believe we ready to start move forward with our main topic here. Uh, what we have actually, I will share some slides with you. Thank you for the introduction, probably. But before we start to move to our main topic and deep dive, I believe we will spend like your half an hour with the information that will be helpful for you. But actually, before we start, a few words about actually who we are, like the company. So we at the Bakotech, we working on the market for a long period of the time. And our main goal, probably right now, this is the true value added IT distribution. So what it's mean, like this true value. We not selling only the boxes. We're not only helping you to find the correct vendor and like proper solution for you. Usually we offer for you the whole scope of the implementation, helping to the partners, outsourcing, verification for the configuration, like absolutely everything that you probably will be need with the new solution that you will buy for you. We are very huge company, I believe. So because we cover like near 26 countries with the headquarters in Ukraine, Kyiv actually. This is the city from where I'm speaking right now. The most probably and the most interesting that we have a lot of engineers in our department. So I'm from the department before. We have actually four of them. We working with the vendors that move in and like cycling around application delivery and security. So everything that you have, like application and delivery controllers, protection from the DDoS, from the web attacks, for the testing purposes. Also, we have a lot of different solutions for the monitoring, for the visibility, for everything. Like so, provide you with the whole understanding that you have, that you use, and probably how we can improve that you have right now. And starting from this, I believe that we are ready to move to our main topic. And before we will move to the ROI, to everything that we should discuss today, I prefer to start from the synchronizing our dictionary. So we have in a title that probably cost of insecurity. And here we need to understand the difference between the security and insecurity. Our main goal, this is to provide you with the proactive solutions, with the proactive way to work with your backend, work with your application, with everything that you have. And from this perspective, no matter is this the local data center that plays like near you, this is the cloud, hybrid cloud, multi-cloud, whatever. And I believe the most interesting for us, it will be, let me take the pointer. It will be the operational impact to compare them between the security and insecurity. From security side, operational impact, it can be like smooth operation. This is like uptime that we can guarantee for our business, for our customers. But the other side, from the insecurity, this is the possible disruptions, outages, any type of the breaches that can cause for us some type of the penalties, any possible issues with the customer, because it can be like any type of the data leakage. A lot of applications right now require from us, I don't know, it can be starting from the mobile phone number, moving directly to the, I don't know, maybe some scanned documents to get maybe the credits to register at your bank, everything. The next one, this is the business benefits. It's also important to take a look here. So from the security side, when we have like properly built solution to protect your application, we enable you possible growth. We build the strong trust. We help you to work under the compliances. It can be like everything, starting from the PCI DSS for the financial marking, move it to the GDPR that like highly required at European Union region if you work the worldwide or like locked into one region. And Insecurity provides for us laws, fines that we already talked about it, and possible issue with the reputation. And you know, in our modern world, when we have like a lot of different, for the example, let's take like example the pizza store. We have a lot of different, let's call them vendors, the naming at the pizza market. And let's imagine that probably you don't receive your pizza in a 30 minutes from the one of the pizza delivery companies. So what you will do if it happens like, I don't know, 2-3 times, you will just go to the another store with the pizza. And this is actually how it works through any business that you can just imagine. The same for the financial. Only one probably that you will use every time. This is some governmental structures, because we don't have options to switch it by this way. But actually, starting from my example, we have a lot of different interesting cases starting from 2022 year, where government highly understand, based on the issues that they faced, highly understand that security is probably one of the most important thing, based on everything that we can have in our market. So not so important to deliver application. It's also important, but it's the second place if we will talk from the security side. And the last and most important at this slide, this is the return model. If we're talking from the security side, probably we will take a look into the ROI, and we will move a bit deeply with our next slides. From the security side, return of investments provide for us options to avoid our losses, to save our OPEX, and probably improve our availability into the market. And another side from the insecurity, this is the negative ROI, and in most cases, almost in all scenarios, you will pay more, and you will pay based on the OPEX model, because you, on a fire, you need to fix it right now, right here, and probably you will have no choice. The next one, probably one of more important questions that will moved with us through my presentation. This is what's more expensive, the breach or the tool that you could use for prevent it. And I believe this is the place where I can offer you to spend few seconds just to understand, because we faced a lot of different discussions with the customers when they come to us and said, your solution costs so much, we can't afford it. We have a lot of different competitors that cost much less. Why we just not will use them? In this case, we starting from the understanding to what size of the business we actually talking. Because if it's the small business, probably one green button solution will be enough for them. But if we're talking about something that plan to grow, that have a lot of different customers, that have a lot of sensitive information, this is the place where you need to understand that save money on the beginning on the security, in the future will cost for you more. And I have few examples that I can show and share with you. For each of them, I have the links for the internet resources, so you can go and find out the whole information to completely understand what we have at the background. So let's start from the HSE. This is the Ireland National Health Service Company. They faced Conti ransomware shutdown in 2021. And why it's important? Because the Conti ransomware, if you're not familiar, this is not the first actually, but probably one of most popular virus that sold or used the SaaS, or we can call it I don't know, maybe RAS, ransomware as a service. So, and in this case, if we will dig down a bit for the root causes, this is something that was developed by Russian hacker groups and have the same structure as very popular Petya, if you know. This is the virus that come into your infrastructure, that encrypt your information, and through the network spread to everything that is accessible. So, as you can see, from the possible costs for the company, for the National Health Service, it costs near 53 million euro, and plus some spends from the Department of the Health. Later one, CEO will give the interview and said that it's cost more than 100 million euro. But this is the basic understanding that no matter what service you provide, if you have some type of application for the, I don't know, maybe register your customer, register your patients to provide options very simply receive your service, you need to keep in mind that all of that should be protected. The next one, British Airways, this is the big company. I believe each of you know that. And it happened in late, we can say 2018. It was long time ago, near 7 years already, wow. But why I added here? Because this is very important, because this is the huge company. And one simple skimming or simply redirect at their website provide a lot of issues for them that cost a lot of money. Later on, they will work under the GDPR and pay some fines based on that. So what is important that starting from the beginning when they faced and provide a notification that they have this issue, propose it, and the starting price for this breach was near 183 millions of funds. Later on, they split it and they have pay much less, but just keep in case that all of that costs so much money. And this is simple redirect, simple injection to the website. So it's also verified, so I can share the materials with you after our presentation. You will take a look and understand how it works. The last one, but probably not least, this is the Royal Mail International. This is also the United Kingdom market, and it's much more fresher. It's 2023, and almost the same as we have at the first slide. This is the log bit, but in this case, we faced much more issue. Why? Because probably it's not cost so much money, but it's provide for us a lot of issue, not only for this company, because this is the mail service. And when they have this issue, they was not prepared actually at all. The issue with the backups, with the maintenance, with everything. It's cost for us 6 weeks of service restoration with the issue for the post deliveries, with everything that related to that. We also have just simple Googling, simple research can show you a lot of information with the different mail companies, the same from the United States, from the European Union, because these guys just deliver you mail, for what they need to have all of this protection, but they have application. In example, in Ukraine, we have the Nova Post. I believe you also a bit familiar with that. Everything about your post, about your data, about verification, if you want to get your post under the phone, inside the phone, everything. And just keep in mind what will happen if we will have some injection inside. So one of the favorites meme that I take from the LinkedIn, security teams starting to receive the money when it's late. This is not actual for our period that we have right now, but I believe it works 3 or 4 years ago when you as the part of the security team come to your CISO or maybe CIO. At this case, if you have weak security, probably you don't have CISO right now, you have only CIO. And you start provide the information inside. I know about what I'm talking because I'm working in the security field near 9 years. And I start also from the building simple network protection and moving forward and the upper with the application. And this is actually how it works. But this is what actually our important goal. If you will remember the first slide when we talk about the security and insecurity, this is reactive type of the working with your workflow. We want to move you to the proactive, and prevent all of this. And the next one that is also important, keep in mind, no matter how long you go without any attack, only one incident is enough to change absolutely everything. We have a lot of cases where businesses closed totally based on that. So keep in mind that ROI, from this perspective, not only security can improve all of this ROI. About what I'm talking actually. Today, we are moving together with you through the F5 perspective. F5 Networks, this is actually the huge vendor that working near, I don't know, maybe near, or maybe that even more, 30 years in the market with the application delivery, with the application security, with the user authorization that in a modern world, we just simply call zero trust concept, framework, whatever. And F5 load balancing, this is the part of the application delivery controller. and how it works and how it can improve our ROI. First of all, from the application delivery side, it can help you to reduce the cost. It can simply offload the services. Like how? Probably one of the most simple example, this is you don't need to go and send each request from your customer to the background, like to share or give it with the simple static content. You can just simply cache it at your F5 LTM and give it as the answer to your customer and send only like dynamic requests. It will offload a bit your backend server, and probably it will save costs for the future improvement of your backend, because we plan to grow like any of businesses, and from this side it will be one of the most simplest example. Based on my experience working with the F5 LTM, I probably, if I didn't mistake, we have few customers where we improve the speed of our application that we have just with the simple load balancer, and we improve it in 4 times. Like just update some filters, optimizations, moving all of the connections from the one user just directly to the one. We have specific protocols for that one. And what it's mean? If you have application with the old architecture and you want to support it like for the whole time until you create the new one, this is the solution that can help you. For the newer architecture, we also have a lot of different solutions. But if we will moving forward with you, the next part, the second like, but not probably one of the worst from this side, because I'm personally liked very much the F5 DNS, because if previously we talked with you about the F5 LTM, F5 DNS provide for us not only load balancing based on the dynamic or static content, it's provide for us global load balancing, what it's mean and how it fit. For the example, you have like few data centers, cloud, maybe the local one, and you want to split the traffic between them. This is one of the options that DNS provide for us. But the second one, DNS also work with the security based on the DNSSEC, based on the encryption, check-in injections, everything. So from this side, DNS, it's also important to deliver customer experience from your application and also to protect it. Probably the last one, but it's not last from the whole portfolio F5, but today we are very limited on the time. So if you will have any questions, or maybe if you will feel inside of you that you need to get more understanding, that you need to get more complex view, just let me know, just let like our team to know. So we will show you and deep dive more, because the F5, this is like totally different world, the huge one. And the last for our presentation today, this is DevOps. Why we are talking about DevOps? This is the web application and API protection tool. It's not regular WAF, because we believe and we moving forward that application have the same criticality for the business as the regular web application, because we have a lot of different services that like connected to our application very simply, and like provide for us options, not create some service. We just can get third-party sub-processors and add it simply by the API. And very important to keep them security also. So the main pros from the WAP, this is improving of stronger protection. This is the centralized visibility. This is actually the experience that any WAF will provide you with. This is option and possibility to be comply with any type of the compliance, because based on the experience, for the example, with the F5 WAF, this is the previous series, we have option like just to fulfill some fields with the web application firewall and get PCI DSS compliance report. But if you take a look into the other side from the WAP, this is our cons, what issue actually you can probably face. The main one, this is the cost that you need to pay here and right now, but for this we can offer you like different license modeling, and you can pay as you grow, you can get the subscription, everything, just to optimize it. The next one, it's configuration and maintenance, and it's can be issue, yeah, but for this, if you remember, I'm start from the true value added with our distribution. We are fully certified learning center. So we have trainers that can like fully set up to you, provide for you knowledge transfer, and also configure it for you and later maintenance if you want. We can provide you this WAP fully as a service. So you can just simply get your pay-as-you-grow model and receive your reports based on the like monthly activities, like you want. So this is also cover the next team training and probably skill development and integration without proper knowledge. This is also about training center. So let's move forward. This is also very interesting that many CFOs only consider accountable benefits in cash flows and ROI, but I believe that in like 2025, it's not the correct in 100%. Why? Because a lot of CFOs have like strong connections with the CISO probably and the other C-levels. And they start to understand actually that not accountable benefits also important, and we need to keep it to understand where we need to invest. So like the simple examples you can find out in slides, the difference between accountable and non-accountable benefits. So accountable, it's very simple. This is the hardware, software, what we buy. This is the electricity, application development, delivery, everything that we like can count. And non-accountable from this perspective, this is something that we will have if we will have some possible issues with the business, if we will have some breaches, data leakage, everything. And let's do the simple math. So I believe for each of you is very clear that ROI, this is the return of investments. And it's measure on how much profit or value you will gain compared to what you spent. In a formula, it looks like very simple. You have return of investments. It's equal to gain for investments minus cost of investments and split on cost of investments and multiply in a 100% if you want to get the value in percents. But let's take a look in a simple example. So if you invest 100,000 into security solutions and it help you prevent the potential breach that will cost for you 300,000, you will have like 200%. What it's mean from the ROI perspective? It's mean that every dollar that you spend will gain for you potentially $2 based on the avoided losses with the possible issues, with the possible taxes and fees, let's call like them, the penalties probably will be much more correct that you can have based on this case. And in cybersecurity, it's also keep in mind that in different fields, ROI mean like different. Yes, this is the return of investment, but from the cybersecurity field, you should keep in mind that ROI, it's not like direct profit. When we're talking from the cybersecurity perspective, it's the tools that we buy that help us to avoid downtimes, that help us to remove or reduce the possible incidents that we have. This is something that help us to have like avoid the regulatory fines and everything related to that. And this is where and when we need to help our CISO talk to our CFO. This is important. This is very simple. You can just run simple application for the protection and get some report. We actually help to our customers to get the full visibility. And it's also important in the security. If you familiar with the conceptions of the SOC 2.0, I believe, you will get the insights that not important to have all security related tools, also important to have clear visibility and know what happened inside, how our tools talk to each other, how they see each other, and we need to be sure that we don't miss actually nothing. If we will move forward a bit closer to our F5 solutions, I believe each of you knows that enterprise edges, it's like diverse and growing. We have a lot of different vendors. Each of you like have mixed a lot of them for different ages, for different branches, for different goals. We have a lot of popular, in this case, hypervisors like Hyper-V. It's a bit cheaper than, for example, ESXi, it's KVM. It can be sound strange, but we have a lot of customers on this type of the virtualizations, and it's only beginning because we need to run a lot of different virtual machines, a lot of different network environment, a lot of backend servers, and like, you know. So what it's mean that based on this growing for the infrastructure, our application delivery, it's also changed. So earlier, like we start from the CDNs, after we move to the hybrid and like cloud infrastructure. And right now we have something that we call like distributed cloud. Now, what does it mean? If we will start simply from the data center to hybrid cloud to multi-cloud, distributed cloud, it's probably the way when we use a lot of different vendors. It can be like the public one, it can be the public, the private one, yeah. Because you're trying to find the most cheaper model, like, and get the most value that is possible. And from this perspective, in my example, we have like the architecture that we can call like multi-cloud, and this is actually example that we can call like distributed cloud. Yeah. What it's mean and what it's provide for you. Only you like can simply understand what architecture you have. Like it can be changed, for example, from the GCP to your private cloud with the line node or something like that for the backup storing. I don't know. It can be your case, can be not. And each of these vendors have a lot of different possibilities to work with the security, to work with the connections, to work with the delivery. And what is important that we need to keep each of these segments with the proper security way and with the perfect, without any latency application delivery to our customer. And this is possible issues and possible bottlenecks that we can face because different solutions, different licensing model, different teams should model it, or we like need to find the senior DevOps that have experience with the Azure, GCP, AWS, whatever. And we need to have and hold the same configuration. And probably you will understand that it's a bit hard and a bit complicated because any of these entry points can cause for us possible issues. Any of these points can be simply infected. And what we have and what is our goal? To transform this multi-cloud application delivery to something that will be, I don't know, very simple to manage and very clearly from the visibility side. So we want to move from the manual stitching to app configuration, networking, security policies, having a lot of different vendors to something simple, like one centralized orchestrated app configuration, managing of your network, application delivery, everything under one console. Also, at this case, we can provide you option to host directly at the F5XC your application, but this is like the different story. For now, like F5XC can offer you from the security perspective, from the application delivery perspective, a simple tool that like improve visibility, improve orchestration, and like provide you with the simple experience, and I believe will improve return of investments for you. Our main goal with the F5XC, this is solving or resolve this ball of fire. Because if we will start to work and create some high-level design for your architecture with the third parties, everything that you have, probably we will find out that the summary something like that. As you can see, we have a lot of different type of the token insights. It's like can be simply placed on your architecture. So if you want to talk detailed, just let us know. What is important that we have also AI applications here, because a lot of different vendors try to push and move forward with the newly added AI tool, but each of you know, and probably I am as the security engineer can be a bit concerned about that, because if you want to have access to the actual and updated models, it should be hosted in a cloud. Probably not in your on a vendor side, but let's imagine that like you will share all information about your network configuration directly to the vendor cloud. So if vendor will face any of the breaches, probably it will like very bad for you because all of the data will be lost. And we need to keep in mind that if we hosted something internally, locally, we will lost this like fast growing possibility of the AI model. So we have like few different sides. But let's back to the main story. What we have, our goal with the F5XC resolve this ball of fire. This is how we call it. With the simple solution that we placed in the middle that simply integrates with each edge. It can be like cloud, it can be local data center, it can be colocation, whatever, that provide for us options to protect your web application, to protect your API, and as the result, improve your ROI. So we have like not so much time, so I will move a bit faster. So how we can help you impact of slow operation and improve your ROI. Simple example, we have PMO. This is the present mode of operation. And we have like, for the example, few services and operation workflow. For each of them, in a different terms, you will have, or probably will have, you will need to provide some maintenance, some updates, upgrades, possible troubleshooting. And if you have a lot of different vendors, you don't have one single plane for the visibility to get understanding what's happening inside, it will cost for you a lot of time. And I also have examples from the one of the monitoring presentation that we faced with our customer. We helped them to improve SLA from 92% to 98% just with the simple monitoring tool. And this is the real case and the open reference. So if you are interested, you can come to us and we will share it with you. This is the customer from the Ukraine, the huge one from the financial sector. But if we just imagine that we need to move to the FMO right now, this is the future mode of operation, and we will have the solution in the middle that provide for us, first of all, this is the cost saving, because we don't need to have a lot of technical team. We just need to have like few engineers that know what they do, that know everything about our infrastructure, and the simple tool that provide for us this visibility and simplicity for the configuration. And as you can see, this is the examples. They based on the F5 blog post. This is also the open link, so just let us know. I can share it with you, so you will verify it absolutely everything by your own. And this is like only one piece of the F5 network world and journey. So if it looks a bit interesting for you, let us know, and we will like provide you much more information about what F5 can do. Like, to make small summary, like the last table for our presentation, and probably from this side will be much more interesting to take a look into the functions from the network services and application services side. So from the security for the network one, present mode, as we talked, what we have, this is the network firewall services, everything that you have. With the future mode, we can offer you to use the F5XC. So what does it mean actually? For the application services, for the network services, for the application delivery, we can offer you to use the F5XC. And if we return to our main story, this is the single central console where you managed absolutely everything. No matter from which department you is, you have options to manage and configure it. So we can simply replace it with the F5XC. From the present mode, and if we will compare it with the future mode, you will receive the same experience, but you will start to receive the benefits if we will move forward with the load balancing, DNS, WAP, web application, whatever. So you will replace your software or hardware tools for this balancing and your huge vendor sprawl that you have probably right now with the simple F5XC. And this is the place when you start to receive the main benefits. So you will improve your operation efficiency, cost efficiency, and probably avoid possible issues that you will have. So like the small summary, let's make your future operation mode easy for everyone with the F5. In our case, we talked about F5XC, but let's talk like globally about F5 networks with the clear and visible return of investment. I believe it was interesting for you to spend this half an hour. From my side, that's all. If you have any questions, like just feel free to contact me. If you have, I don't know, maybe some specific request or need to get more information, you know, this is the QR code for you. And I believe that's all. Thank you.